Hello everyone, this is Modified Darvas Box, MDB, and I'm making a video here. It's the end of the year video weekend review. Today is Saturday, December 30th. It's 3:19 p.m. I'm seeing this down here in the lower right. And it's time to do a quick video and let's wrap up the year for 2023. Uh, it's been obviously a great couple of months, November, December. Did anybody have that on their scorecard that we're going to close out with this fantastic rally? I really didn't. My pinned tweet on Twitter, I felt that unless the economy and profitability turned up, I thought we were going to have a sort of maybe close around 4,000. Boy, that was wrong. 4,000 on the S&P. So that was completely wrong. That's where a lot of analysts put the projection. That's because they all copied me, of course. But yeah, total surprise. But the real surprise will be, if we get another year like this. I think I don't know, but I'm a little skeptical. We'll see. But the way we'll really be able to play this is by looking at the charts and looking for signals and trading what we see, what the market's telling us to do. Speculation's just opinions. So, whereas the facts on what's going on in the chart are much more important. All right, let's get into this. We're going to make this fast. For anybody who hasn't watched one of my videos, I've created a fairly unique investing strategy based on the book How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market by Nicholas Darvas. It's a great book. I suggest you read it. I've got my stocks in 6 different lists here. I move stocks around among the list all the time. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for box formations, like here on this one. This is creating a brand new box or range or base, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm also got signals, like based on the colors on the chart. And these are all signals which helps guide what we should be doing. And I like to scroll through these charts quickly to make it time efficient, because I'm only looking up here at what's going on the right side of the chart for the most part. So signals should stand out and be really clear. And if you have a signal, then it's all about preparing and then waiting for the reaction to see if the signal triggers or not. Some signals do not trigger, and if you don't have a signal, don't do anything. So that's how I trade, and it's worked for me. So let's start getting through these. This is the index. This is the funniest thing, Kathy Wood ARC. That just shows this huge rally we've been having. Even Kathy Wood has been able to make money. But look at this bar right here. That's sort of a shooter bar, or what's called an inverse hammer. But it's kind of weak, volume there. But yeah, that's sort of showing. If you would trade this, is very simple method of trading it. You just draw a line on the bottom there. If it triggers to the downside, you short it. It's that simple. And then see what happens. And if price keeps going up, then there's no signal and you do nothing. So there's a potential bearish signal right there. Make a note of it. Oil. Yeah, that's a little bearish right there for oil. Oil, if we are going to have a recession in 2024, it makes sense to me that oil would be kind of weak, because in a recession you don't need as much energy. Here's the NASDAQ right here. Yeah, it's moving up. Had a box breakout. See, there's the box. The big volume in the right spot. Box breakout. That's what I call a textbook Darvas box breakout. That looks definitely bullish and moving higher. Ethereum. Oh, this is more of a signal here. That's a bearish signal on Ethereum. But remember, it's just a signal. You got to wait and see if it triggers, because signals don't always trigger. This is just a preparatory signal. The way you're going to play this is if if Ethereum goes down and hits that line, well, then sell it or short it. That's also how you might take profits. If you bought it down here, well, there's your signal to take profit right here. And if it doesn't hit the trigger, don't do anything. So many people have no idea what a signal is for trading and how to trade it. So that's how you do it. But Ethereum, that's a potential bearish signal. This one's growth, nothing really there. China. Here's Bitcoin GBTC. I own this one. It's been going up. This is a signal, but that's called an inside week. And the way you play an inside week is very simple. Just draw two sides of it and trade off of it like that. Now, you don't have to take a signal, and the market gives signals all over the place. But, that's how, if I ignore this signal, let's say we get a bearish signal here and I ignore it, okay, then it's on me. And if price continues going down and maybe price goes down here, all right, well, then I've lost money and it's my fault. But don't say that the market didn't tell you ahead of time when to get out. So I've got to look at that one further to see if I want to sell it if it triggers. What do we got here? Gold, yeah, that's a little bit of a bearish looking bar, but nothing too crazy. Junk bonds, yeah, another shooter bar. That's looking a little bearish. We'll see if they trigger in this first week. Otherwise, another one on micro caps. See, everybody's bullish, and looking at these signals, these show that the market's a little tired. Or maybe tired's not the right word for it. Maybe sentiment is ready for the market to stop going up. And meanwhile, the bulls on the sidelines are saying, no, I think it's endless bull. Well, I see stuff like this, and that makes me cautious. Look, here's another one on the IWM. Another shooter bar, an inverse hammer. Price could easily go down like this. So you got to pay attention to this. This one, IYH, healthcare. That's a signal right there, and it's a positive trade signal. See? Signal, trigger, reaction to signal. At the moment, that's a profitable trade for anybody who took it. But things change. Oh, look at that. Nothing there. Box breakout there. Yeah. I own this one for some exposure to gold, but I'd rather not have that bearish bar, but it's going sideways in a box. So even if it comes back down, it's still relatively healthy and normal. But it's all about how you interpret this price action. Interpretation is key. All right, let's keep going. Here we go, RSP. I like this. Signal, reaction to signal, not a huge reaction, but that's generally positive. Look at this. Barclays 1 to 3 year T-bond fund, short-term bonds, yellow bar buy signal, and this has been moving up. This is also a measure of potential inflation. It means inflation may be coming down. So that's fairly good. Knock on wood, maybe. Semiconductors, that's a box breakout, volume in the right spot, right there. Confirmed breakout. Do we see any warning signals? Sentiment's come down a bit right here. Stocks above the 200-day. I posted this on Twitter. See, you could draw a line across here. Sentiment may be at a high, and when sentiment hits highs, that's when markets reverse. But until it happens, it's just speculation. This one here, percent of stocks above the 40-day. Does that look pretty high to you? It looks pretty high to me. So far, the big picture stuff here tells me to expect a pullback of some kind. How much, how far, how long, how deep, I really don't know. But can't say we weren't prepared for it. See, this right here, that's a little bit of a shooter bar right there on treasuries. but maybe the first week of January, we'll see what happens. Because the reaction to signals sometimes can be very different than what set up the signal. Uranium, look at that. It tried to break out and instead it almost broke down, but still in its box going sideways. If you're in this trade, URA, hopefully you got in back here at the yellow bar buy signal. If you're much higher in here, you may need to be very careful, because the whole point is not to lose money. Don't lose money. When in doubt, don't do it. Trade when the odds are in your favor. Okay. Housing, a little like seeing this setup. Does this tell me to sell everything? No, of course not. But it's just a way of being cautious. Energy, coming down out of the box right there. But again, there's that speculation that lower energy means potential recession coming. XLF, financials, box breakout right there, moving higher. My dad will be very happy with that because JP Morgan's a big component and he owns a lot of that. All right, let's get into individual stocks. Now this here, list 2, this is textbook box breakouts. What I think are the leaders because they got the best chart patterns. AMD, see right here, the yellow bar buy signal, which launched it. Ever since then, been up nicely. I did not buy that. I wish I did in hindsight, but oh well. Moving up. All these ones should be moving up with few signals, danger signals. Like here's an inside week. Is that really a danger signal? It's only a danger signal if you bought it 2 weeks ago right up in here. If you bought it down here, I think you're fine. Context is key. Carvana, this one's more interesting here. It's a textbook box breakout, but this is also a potential shooter bar. The shooter did not trigger, but it formed an inside week, which could trigger to the downside. If price came down here to like 50, then you would have a violation of the inside week. You'd have basically two potential areas to short it if you felt it was a negative and wanted to bet against it. One up here, and then one down here. But it doesn't mean maybe on next week price just opens up in here and takes off to the upside. Okay. So you got to be ready for anything. Dash, I own this one. Bought it down in here. Had to buy it twice. Bought, sold, then bought. And the second buy, it's been it's stuck. No warning signals to speak of. DKNG, I know lots of people love this one. I'm lukewarm on it, but look at this. It's gone sideways, formed a sideways box, so it shouldn't be on this list anymore. We'll put it here in just general bullish. This one here, big box breakout back here. No warning signals. ELF, I own this one. Box breakout, looks fine to me. Especially fine because I bought this one down here at like 95. Do I care what's happening up at 144? Not at the moment. This one here is a one to watch. There's that Ethereum signal right here. You see it. There's that. Little inside week on this on Geo. Yep. Google box breakout. You can see I'm expecting good stuff on this one. Like ML, the box breakout. Look how zoomed. I own this one. Look at the volume as it climbed. This one's been a big winner for me. Path, another textbook box breakout. I'm not really a fan of Path, but hey, it fits the pattern. so we include it. Any warning signals? Warning signals. Uber, I own Uber. Even when it's not going up, it's just going sideways very nicely. But yeah, there's a slightly bearish pattern, but we'll just wait and see what happens with it. The market's been bullish, so yeah, look at this. Another box breakout. Looks like it wants to move up. I'm not expecting to see anything really bad on that list. All right, let's go to list 3. This one here. List 3 is stocks that are bullish, but just not quite as technically perfect as the prior list. This could be Apple, could almost technically be considered a failure. See right here, the inside week, traded on the lower edge. It triggered and prices below, not by a lot. But like, let's say I bought this up in here. Yeah, then I might be thinking of, this might be on the verge of a failed trade. Slightly bearish bar right there, but strong volume on that one. This one is one I regret missing. Clear and obvious signal right here. And if you had bought it, you'd be up 100 points. That's a pretty good trade, in my opinion. Inside week. As you can tell, you can trade by color. BLDR. A couple weeks ago, I said I felt that this huge volume, it was the first huge volume since 2021. I felt that the huge volume meant most buyers were in. The following week, it formed an inside week. And now this week, it's formed a slightly bearish shooter. So yeah, I mean, maybe that's as far as it goes, or maybe it keeps going. I don't know. Coinbase, look at that. There's a bearish shooter bar right there. So there's your trigger. If you've been long it since the yellow bar buy signal or this box breakout, if you've been long this whole time, maybe you want to think about putting a stop loss in. Think about it. And if it does occur and you get smoked, don't say MDB didn't warn you. Let's see, anything here? Well, this is one which I'd be a little skeptical of, but because you get a signal right here, an inside week here, and now it's sort of fussing around. It might be shortable, but I don't know. It's still a bull market. There's not that much that's awful. Most stuff is good. This one, MNDY, I own this one. Yeah, but I have no plans on selling it because I'm in it at a great position. So I want to let things have as much rope so that they can work. Do we see any warning signs? See right here, you can just see how the yellow bar buy signals kept hitting, and there's a special formula attached to these bars, and when it triggers, it changes them yellow. But you can just see, yeah, where the rally began, right here, and you had 9 weeks of up. Netflix, I own this one. Yeah, an inside week right there, but not bad. Qualcomm, look at that, zooming up. When a strong bull market occurs, there's tons of ways to make money. This one, Rivian, yellow bar buy signal here. You had a bearish white bar sell signal here. You had a pink bar signal. You had a couple inside weak signals. But to be buying Rivian in here, you really would have had to be paying attention, just love it. But if you did take that trade right in here around 17, well, you're doing pretty well. But I was already fully invested, so easy to pass. Anything else here? Anything sticking out? No, not really. Okay, this one here is list 4. More bearish ones, like bearish signals. Like here, CCJ. I bought this in here, around the blue circle. We got a pink bar sell signal. Before that, we had 2 other signals. We had an inside week, then a bearish shooter bar, and then the pink bar signal. I sold based on the breaking of these 2 prior bars, and the pink bar signal is just another pay attention, take notice. Look at the volume, big red volume. Easy to punch out and cash in the gains. So you can see that's how I trade. This one here, moving up, but maybe that's the move. Tesla is in this box because this list because it really didn't do anything in here. It had this bearish bar right here, and actually look at this. It still technically has not overcome the bearish white bar right there. It took a stab at it, but wasn't able to close above it. So Tesla, people may love the cars, may love the company, but Tesla's stock, it's not doing anything. This right here is, I shorted this on Friday. Upstart, you see a very crystal clear bearish shooter bar right here. There's the trigger. Boom. Guess where I transacted? Bet against it right there. And this was around in here. Whoop, gotta fix this. There we go, something like that. I had bought and sold it previously. So, but you see a signal? Take it, make money. So far, are you seeing a super bearish market? No, not really. It's still overall bullish. This is list 5, which are box breakdowns and avoids. Even these bad stocks in here might show bullish characteristics, but I'm not going to move them until they get really bullish because they had some sort of failure before. There's that white bar sell signal, box breakdown, and honestly, it's done really nothing. Why on earth would I want to own that? Color signals. Some of you might find this interesting. Not all signals work out. On this one, we had a bearish white bar signal, then a bullish yellow bar signal. At this point, the bulls are thinking, yeah, baby, it's going to go. We're going to make a bunch. Well, look at this. The next week, the immediate reaction to that signal was a sell down. So that's a signal failure. And the nice thing is based on the market seems to react. If the signal is wrong, man, you get immediate feedback that it's going to fail. So it doesn't waste your time. This next one here, ASAN, same deal. White bar, then a yellow bar rebound, but it didn't go anywhere. It just formed an inside week, formed another one. And this looks kind of like it's getting weaker rather than stronger. Immediate feedback from a bullish signal that immediately failed. It's very helpful. Let's see. Nothing going on. I think Cell H is an avoid for now. It might do okay, but they did a stock split right here, which I thought was unnecessary. And, they now made it, they basically killed the demand, in my opinion. So, we'll see. Well, let's see. What do we got here? Ford with a yellow bar signal. Yeah, okay, but I'm not buying Ford, so I'll just let that sit there. Just run any signals. Yeah, got a pink and a blue. Yeah, that one's kind of hard. Nothing going. This one was hot as an AI stock, but look at it, it just can't get any traction. It's probably going lower. Anything else here sticking out? Look at these rebounds. Super bearish, but because the market's going up, it attracts money. So price goes up. Went up from the 60s to the 80s. Well, if the market does go back down, this is going to drop probably back down to the 60s real fast. But we'll see what happens. Anything there? A blue bar tends to mean excess enthusiasm. So it got very enthusiastic here. Then a bearish shooter bar didn't trigger but formed an inside weak instead, which still could trigger to the downside. But I'd say this is hanging on by its fingernails. Could go either way. Could go down or could go up. Keep an eye on that. Ugh. White bar sell signal, no thanks. Nothing going on here. Here's one which I always thought was a promising company, but has always had a high valuation. Look at this. This big picture is just terrible. See, it's just gone straight down and it keeps going further down. Why is it doing that? Well, if you look at fundamentals, I preloaded this one. You can see how this line here, the percent change, 36, 45, 56, 76, that looks pretty good. That was through, the end of 2022. Right about in here. What's happened since? Minus 26, minus 38, it's awful. Now, the saving grace is revenues are doing okay, but the financial results aren't doing all that well. It's profitable, which is probably why it's not trading down at $1. But until these numbers start turning around and turning positive, there's no point in buying this. I watch this because maybe it'll give a turnaround signal eventually when it does, but it's still got a long ways to go, and that moving average is a tyrant. So I stash these ones occasionally just to keep an eye on them. Like this one. Who could have foreseen this huge drop and now the huge rebound? Not me. But let's keep this one around and just keep an eye on it. Okay, last list. And this will be the last one of 2023, and we're almost at a half an hour. So that's good timing. And it also helps because there aren't a lot of signals. Airbnb, look at this. Moved up, had an inside week with a failure. Well, there's your sell signal. If you bought it, there's where you should have sold, around 140 or so. So if you bought it at 120, take the money and run. APP, no big signals. And I'm not expecting to see a lot of bullish signals because we've been running for 9 weeks. And if bulls have waited all the way till now to express themselves, well, you're late to the party. I like to buy at the beginnings, not near the ends. What is it? Oh, bros. This here's my stock pick for 2024 for contest purposes. Honestly, I never win those contests. I have no idea. But they sell coffee. America drinks a lot of coffee. So that's a good enough reason for me at this point. But not much of a structure here. And frankly, it's been kind of a mess for a while. But maybe 2024 is going to be its year. I don't know. Anything there? Nope. Nope. What is that? Oh, CGC had the pot. Just keeping an eye on this one. Nothing going on there. Yeah. Look at this. Box breakout. Volume's low. But you know, this one should probably be in list 3. Remove. And if I punch it back up, we had this huge launch right here, which I marked back in September. But then it's sort of been going sideways. You haven't made a lot of money, and you've endured a lot of up and down action. But maybe this is where it starts to march upwards. I don't know. Crocs again. All right, let's finish this out. Throw any signals? Nope. Sideways. Sideways. There we go. Meta. Mark Zuckerberg. Microsoft. Look at that. A tight little box right there. Little box formation. Could probably go higher. Steel. NVIDIA. NVIDIA it peaked right here in August and has been very quiet ever since. But maybe that changes in 2024. I don't know. PNW. PLTR, the darling. What's the darling done? It's gone down. Not so great. I've traded this a bunch of times. Here, 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 here. Buy it here, sell it here. Overall, done okay. Look at this. Straight up off the bottom, but maybe this here is a little bearish bar. I don't know. Not that I own it, but keeping an eye on things. Yeah. Yeah, you see, very few signals coming. Very few signals. Hard to tell. Maybe a little bit of bearishness, but we'll really need more information. We'll find out next week. So thank you for watching this video and all the prior videos I've put out. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone has a happy New Year's and give my best wishes to you and your family. Thanks and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.